did you play?
I played centre back.
Centre back.
Well, I started off as a wing half, but I went centre back. Possibly the smallest one in the country when I was.
Really, yeah. Unbelievable, really. That Alfie was quite short for centre half, but he could leap.
Big centre back.
And Gordon, what about you?
I was a full-back, right or left, bad either side.
Which Enfield match that you played in would you most like to watch and why?
Well, amateur cup final when we won at Wembley. Like we said earlier on, you can't beat that as a footballer. You know, I think all professionals would like to play at Wembley. The only thing is now that you can play there for all sorts of reasons, can't you? I mean, we could only play there once a year, and that's if you got to the cup final, that was it. So that was really something that, well, I never even dreamed of or possibly believed would ever happen to me. Fortunately, it happened to me twice, Alfie about 5 times.
5 times, yeah.
What about you, Alf?
I think the one I really enjoyed, when we won the replay up at Manchester City's ground. We drew 0-0 at Wembley, and then we won 3-0 up at Manchester City's ground. That evening and the travelling back was really nice, and the supporters were really, really good all round. The next day, it's really, you wind yourself up like for the semi-final. Most semi-finals are difficult games to play in as well. They're difficult because I played in 13 of those, and they're the tension ones really. Wembley ones are tight, but you feel tight about it. But then we were fortunate to come out on top of that.
The one at Manchester, Alfie, was particularly good, wasn't it? Because we were in really hostile territory because the opponents came from Liverpool, and of 55,000 that were there, probably
they closed the gates.
Probably 52,000 were Skelmersdale supporters.
They closed
so
the gates.
It was quite a hostile place to be, wasn't it?
Yeah,
so it was a good win there.
Well, that does wind you up a bit.
Helps.
Gordon, did you have a favourite opposition ground?
Not one favourite. There were quite a few good grounds in the Isthmian League that I used to enjoy. St Albans was good. Barnet, I used to like Barnet because that was local derby, and it was nice if you could go there and win. You know, and used to upset the locals, as it were, and get out quickly. But no, there were some good grounds in the Isthmian League in those days.
Bromley was a nice ground.
Bromley and Kingston, all sorts of places, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're nice grounds. Bromley was a nice ground. But I played at Barnet, and there's always like tough games with Enfield, and all the tough games with Finchley, funny enough. Because Finchley was home and away over Christmas, was to play Boxing Day, Christmas Day, and then Boxing Day.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? That I mean, Enfield in the early days, we used to play Ilford, home Christmas Day, and then Boxing Day away.
Yeah, so that's things like that. That's what happened in them days, you know.
Who was the best player you played with?
At Enfield, I was very fortunate. There's so many good players play there. I suppose, in one respect, player manager at that time, Tommy, was good to play with, wasn't he, Tommy?
Yeah, I never played with him much. He's finished
Tommy,
for Alfie.
Tommy was really good to play with. Jimmy Quayle and Bobby, the people here, it's all team players. That was a nice part about it. There's all good team players and good people as well. You know, they didn't, all good socially as well. And funny enough, it was quite a pleasure to come training in one way, but because it was quite good, wasn't it? That way, but it's hard. But individuals, it's hard to say really. You know.
The trouble is with football, it's hard to say that anybody's good because they're all different positions and different things that you pick up from them and they teach you. I mean, to play with Alfie for me was an education because he was a defender and he put me right lots of times when I was young. And then you play with people that are really good midfield players, like we say Jimmy, and I played with Huey Lindsay at Kingstonians, and good forwards you play with Tommy and people like that, and John Connell.
Yeah.
You know, you learn something from all of them, really.
I think I did have a decent mentor. My brother was a very good player. So he's older than me. He was a good player, didn't you? You didn't notice him?
No,
he was good. And he was a good mentor. A bit more calmer than me, a little bit. Yeah.
Gordon, what's your favourite piece of memorabilia?
Well, I think amateur cup final, you know, I mean that's the pinnacle for amateurs to get to Wembley and win. You know, I don't think we couldn't beat that. I mean, Alfie was lucky, was better than me, and he played for England, so I never had that feeling of how good that was. But for me, certainly.
Did you, like some of the others, keep all the programmes or
No.
photographs or anything?
To my regret, really. It's while you're doing it, you don't think, do you? But it's only now. I kept a few and I kept important ones, but when I think about it, there's lots that I wish I had kept. For what reason, I don't know, because I've got a box of medals that I opened yesterday. It's in my loft for the first time for about 15 years. So, and the programmes I've got are all in there, so why you keep them, I don't know, because you think, well, somebody might want to look at them, but I don't know whether they do. They're probably, my wife says she's going to throw them in the grave with me.
I think, being honest, getting picked for England the first time was a nice feeling, to get picked for England. And then playing the cup finals, like Gordon said, was great. Then playing for the Olympics and captain the Olympic team, so that was really nice. And things like that. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Don't think
good
beat
feeling.
that. Can't beat that, can you? Really, playing for your country and captaining the Olympic team.
Yeah, so things like that was
Cannot
nice.
beat that.
And, yeah, again, you met some really nice people, you know, and I think that was a.
I think while you're playing, Alf, you don't think of those things, do you?
No,
you're just enjoying.
You
You enjoy every football game that you're playing.
Yeah.
Some not so much as others, but like
That's
say
right.
when you think back, you think
Yeah.
that was good, and you don't appreciate it at the time.
No,
and
you're right,
now there was so much. I mean, when we were playing, if somebody didn't get a photo of you, that was it.
Yeah.
There was no other memories or record. But
No.
now, because everything's on TV and cameras everywhere.
Have you got a box?
Yeah, I
of
got
them?
things at home, but then like Gordon,
Never
just
look
stuck
at 'em,
never look at them. They're stuck up in the loft. I think international caps up in the loft somewhere.
Yeah.
I think.
I've been married 50 years now, and over those 50 years, I have suggested on a couple of occasions that perhaps I could have a few things on the mantelpiece.
Yeah.
But no,
No,
you're not putting those up there.
it's definitely not. Yeah, you're right, Gordon. Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
They're
I think
still in,
like
they're
that.
still in their box.
Yeah.
Did you have a nickname in the club?
Not one that I was aware of. No, no.
I did a few times.
I did go to. I was manager at Walthamstow Avenue for a year, and it wasn't long after I'd stopped playing, and one of the players' wives said, "Oh, we used to call you Shovelfoot." I said, "Oh, thanks very much."
I got called by a few names by the opposition spectators a few times, but couldn't repeat them, being honest. And, but and then when they used to have a go at you like that, but used to make you try all the harder, you know.
That is the trouble when you're playing against, and if you've got sort of 75,000, you basically can't hear anybody, can you?
No.
But when you've got like 100 and somebody's shouting at you, you can hear them.
Yeah.
You know, you can hear yourself being abused.
Yeah. Got accused of about wrong things sometimes.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's life. Yeah.
What were the facilities like? You know, did you have like?
Of their time, they were
Did you
they
have
were
all get
probably
in the shower
oh
afterwards?
well
or
bath,
a
a big
or
bath
whatever?
with all mud floating on the top.
It's the first time when I was at Barnet, the bath was a big storage tank. You know, there's the tanks up in the loft. The great big one, no, there's a big one like this size. That's what we had at Barnet originally. Barnet, yeah, definitely. And I remember when Enfield had all their dressing rooms done up, re-panelled out, and new bath, tile bath. It was lovely. And then showers, they had showers first and things like that. Yeah, that was good. But early on, it
The
wasn't.
facilities really were quite everywhere. Even Wembley wasn't that good.
No,
That sort of surprised me. When I played at Wembley, the dressing room wasn't that good.
No.
You know, you would think, oh, but I
Yeah.
thought, well, this is a bit disappointing. And only had a big central bath there in those days.
Yeah, it's all this muddy day, like it was muddy in the bath, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Gordon?
all they say, you're just getting all the mud on it, it'll be floating to the top. But then we are talking 50 years ago.
Yeah.
So
But
you
now
hope things
it's lovely.
change, isn't it?
Now they've got lovely facilities now.
Yeah.
Even the training grounds,
Yeah.
they're really, really nice. You know? Really nice. and that's why I think the players today should be much more. They are, I think, maybe a lot fitter. But the other thing, I think sometimes they're not football minded. A little bit, you know. They don't think deep enough sometimes. You know?
Without sort of being sort of old and grumpy and you know, bearing in mind their age, Like we were young just after the war, really, weren't we? When there wasn't much. When you think like, I think meat came off the ration in 1954, and so between sort of us being 5 and Alfie probably 10 and 20, there wasn't much around. So you was appreciative of most things. I mean, Alfie would tell you when we were at school or in the youth team, you changed by the side of the pitch.
Yeah.
And that was it, wasn't it? So, you know, when you come to a place like this at that time, the facilities were marvellous. If you look back and compare them with today, then they were awful.
Yeah.
But that's progress, isn't it?
It's nice that they've got the new facilities.
I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
What about the medical?
Changing on an open field, you know.
Yeah. Even the medical things have got really top quality now, really. You know?
Yeah.
It's good. That's really good.
And pitches are improved, and
pitches,
you know, equipment is
the pitches are 100% better.
Yeah.
The Barnet was a quad mile, wasn't it? And the footballs were
But
so
do you-
heavy. You know,
Yeah.
and leather.
Do you know Barnet pitch, do you? You know Barnet's ground? I mean, that slope down there. Well, I used to play right back. So, like, I was down in that bottom corner.
Get the ball up there, it's difficult.
And really and truly, if I could get the ball into touch for the first half, I was quite pleased. I mean, I remember standing there one day at Barnet, and the water was running down the hill over my boots. Like, and you used to play, didn't you? But now they don't play. They
There's
don't
a
play
quad
now.
mile there, that's
It
right.
was, and in that bottom right-hand corner, I should just try and get it as far away as I could into touch, like rugby, really.
We used to play uphill first half.
Yeah.
Just till it all got trodden in,
Yeah.
That's right. No, it's all changed and it's good, it's good,